Welcome back to another Dark Souls 2 video. This will be part 2. We're going to be starting off in the Exile holding cell in the Lost Bastille, heading towards a pursuer that we're going to get Twinkling Titan Knife from after we defeat it. Also, we'll be opening up this lever that'll open up a gate over here if you want to have a shortcut to the blacksmith. About 4 archers over here. 2 of them are on like these little standings right below us, and then there's one up there that I hit with a spell, or you can just use an arrow, either way. Also, when you drop down, watch out, there'll be like 4 or 5 dogs down there that'll come out. See where my souls are dropped? To the right of that, there'll be a handle you'll just pull out, and it'll open up the door. Now after the pursuer is defeated, you can go over here and open up this wall just by hitting it. Now once you come outside here, you'll see there's a well with a rock on it. If you hit that rock, it'll fall down and bring an item up for you. Also, it's going to bring a couple enemies with it too, so be careful for that. Now go ahead, pick up your reward, you get the Wanderer's outfit. Now I will say there is a room coming up where it's all dark and there's chests inside of it. If you go in there, you'll notice there's an enemy hanging from the ceiling. I'd be sure to kill him before trying to open up any chests, or you're gonna probably die. Now when you make your way up here, make sure you pull this lever so you can open up the gate and actually go to the boss fight eventually. Here we have Strayed. You're going to want to use your fragment of yore so that way you can reform him back to his old self. He can help you make boss weapons, and he sells sorceries, rings that'll increase intelligence, things that are just helpful. I made my way back over here because my friend also wanted to go through here, so figured I'd put my sign down and we'd go run some of it as well. Inside though, I had forgotten that I lit the torch, so that way the blacksmith will move off his chest. If you go in there, you can go get the craftsman's hammer and I think a twinkling titanite. And I forgot to mention, I did end up not recording the whole entire time I fought with my friend against bosses, so if you want to see that, it'll be on the Twitch, Speezy Hide, same as YouTube. But continuing forward, I went back to Strayed as well and start getting some more dialogue out of him. I sped it up because he talks a lot. I'm just going to be buying everything he has over time because I want to collect everything in the whole game. Alright, now we'll be making our way over to the Lost Sinner. It's an easy boss fight, but there are some tips and tricks I'll point out. Now, as far as all the extra items in this area, I will come back later and grab all those, but for now I just wanted to focus on getting the boss out of the way. Now when you're heading down here, you'll see an item on a body down here. It's just some throwing knives if you want them. And remember to make sure you use the human effigy so you can summon anybody if you want to, summon people, or NPCs even. And another thing that's kind of neat about this one is if you get invaded or vice versa, you can't heal when you're invaded. So keep that in mind if you and your buddy are going through the game and you get invaded. Y'all gonna have to fight with whatever health you got. Now make sure you got a flame butterfly so you can light your torch, light these up, and when you do that, it'll activate the room to have light, so that way when you're in there, you're not fighting the boss in darkness. And on New Game Plus, when you come back to fight her, she's going to have more enemies that will try to attack you too. It's just her this time though. Now after this boss fight, you'll find one of your first primal bonfires you're going to rekindle. There'll be 4 of these that you need to do. Once all 4 of these are lit, Aldia will appear first bonfire in the Undead Crypt, and then the Dragon Shrine bonfire after that. Now, I started to make my way through Huntsman's Copse, so if you want to head to the bridge approach, that would be the bonfire I started at over here, so I could go through the cave. There's going to be butterflies and also a frog shooting mist out. You're going to want to kill them with either a spell or some arrows, or maybe some firebombs if you got them. Now down here you'll find a torch, Ricard's Rapier, and some poison moss. But Ricard's Rapier is probably the greatest find down here, I think. Now make your way back to that fire I was telling you we started at over here. And above you there'll be a ladder. You'll take the ladder up, Now, I always jump on this one when I try to get over here, but you're going to want to more or less like run off and then like do a dive and attack. So like the right bumper for me on Xbox One is what I click. Now once you've dropped down to this side as well, you can come over here and you'll end up finding a soul of a proud knight and a monastery charm or something along those lines. So next, I kind of ignored Huntsman scopes for now, and I went over to the mines. I figured why not come over here and start exploring another area, kind of just going around, grabbing items, upgrading weapons, things that I need, and I figured why not come to this area, because I do like going over here. It's nostalgic and fun. Pyromancy ladies that will be throwing fireballs at you and also can cause a big fireball explosion, so be careful. Along with those enemies that would have the sharp daggers on them and can just come up right behind you and start clawing at you. And before you fully reach this area, there are some parts I went and explored, but I wasn't recording them, so if you do want to know where like a few poison stones are at or things like that, let me know later on. I can go back through and easily go locate them for you all to see. So anyhow, there is a poison resistance ring down here you're going to want to come grab though, in case you're having trouble with the poison affecting you too much here. Make sure you have a Pharaoh's Lockstone. You're going to need it in order to open up the way to get the key. Or not the key, the ring right here. My bad. Now be careful leaving this room. There'll be another enemy that's going to drop down from above and try to stab you. Just heads up. Straight ahead to the left over there is kind of where you find a lot of the poison stones I was talking about, or if you continue going straight you'll also find where you can go join the Sunlight Altar and praise there. Now this boss is super easy. I doubt anybody will have any trouble here. If you do, it's understandable I guess if you're new to the game. mind, there's a lot of enemies throughout here, so take your time going through and check to see if you can lock on to any enemy that you may not even notice is there. Up ahead, you will see some above you usually. Well, sort of above you. Outside this wall over here, you're going to want to come talk to this NPC. The NPC will offer the choice to buy a ladder. You should buy the ladder so you can go downstairs and get the Twinkling Titanite below them.
I'm on the run. Don't give me away. You're a fugitive too, eh? Yeah? Why else would you be here? It's got death written on. You want to climb down here? I can lend you a ladder, but why, have you no gratitude? I let you. All right. Go on ahead. I won't offer this to you twice. Apparently, there's this monster lady, right? And the poison, well, does wonders for, health and beauty, huh? In fact, she was wed to the prince of that nearby castle. But her husband? The princess was desperate and sought eternal beauty, hoping that it would restore the prince's... Before long, the princess's ire transformed her. Now, listen here. When do you think this all happened? Long ago, when this very land was called something else. We say Drangleic now, but countless kingdoms have risen, and this one...
Next, we're fighting the Baneful Queen right here. I do not believe she's that difficult in my opinion. I just summon these NPCs to mess around with it, and I think it kind of raises her health and stuff, so... Otherwise, she'd probably die a lot quicker. But I think that'll do it, guys, for today. We're going up this elevator just to get to the Iron Keep real quick, and then I'm going to stop there. We'll have the Smelter Demon up next, and, you know, just a few other bosses along the way that I can't really remember the name of. So, I'll catch you guys later. I think I'm going to start doing the Liza P DLC next year. So I think I'll start from the beginning or wherever my last save was at and probably continue from there. Let me know if you want a part 3 for this.